It's Sunday morning, and every decent man and woman is listening to Test Miles with Nick Miles on FM News 101 KXL. Buckle in.
A very sleepy studio full of people this morning. Lots of tryptophan going around. Happy holiday weekend. It's Sunday morning and time to talk cars for the next 60 minutes on your weekly automotive experience. I'm Nick Miles, and you're listening to America's automotive radio show, Test Miles. Locally created, nationally celebrated. This morning's Test Miles team include car freaks, know-it-alls, and opinionated individuals. That's Jenny the intern, Old Dad Brad, and Oli the Viking Volvo seller. On today's show, we will be talking about Uconnect systems in the Ram trucks. Uconnect is the infotainment system that we know as one of our favorites here at Test Miles. We'll find out what it has to offer now and ask the experts what it'll have to offer in the future. Also, last year's snow tried to get between car lovers and the Portland Auto Show. Despite the bad weather, it was one of the best auto shows that we have ever seen. This year's show is looking like it'll be even better. Jeff Fishback is here, the director of the show, and he will give us a scoop on what to expect. And he has an early Christmas present for Portland. And tomorrow, Cyber Monday, but one of our local merchants has some amazing deals on car gifts. You can find out all about those. We'll have the inside information on Portland's best car deals, as Peter will be here from Mobile West. So we'll release all that information exclusively on the show, but this is the part of the show where we test the knowledge of our in-studio team on what they know about the big stories in the automotive news of the past week. Let's hope you have your answers. This week's quiz is ready to go. Gentlemen, I hope your buzzers are all primed. Your first question is, a study in China shows the wealthiest people drive what kind of cars? Oli.
That is Mercedes-Benz, Nick.
It is.
They have been kind of at the top of that elite market there in China. I know that Buick's always been really popular, but I guess more of the wealthy still tend to go to the Mercedes.
All right, second question. 58% of electric vehicles in the world come from what company? Nobody? Nobody?
Oh, you know what? I think I might have that. Do I have that one?
I'm glad you guys read some automotive news this week.
Oh,
Is that Oli, did you buzz in?
That's me.
Okay,
I
go.
got it. I thought Brad had it there for a second, but I'm going to go ahead and go for the steal here.
All right.
Buzzer's broken. Hang on.
Everything.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, now it's back.
Renault, Nissan, the alliance there have been just kind of dominating that side of it. Renault, the new Zoe that came out, they're at, I think, 10,000 units in the first year. They also have a 4-vehicle electric kind of lineup since 2011. You have the Leaf, which has sold 67,000 here. So I think overall, between the two of them, they're a little over 6,200 vehicles a month, which is up 20%.
Right, so 58% of the market. Well done on that one. What good save there, Oli. Who said no to buying into Tesla this week? Bradley, there you are.
I got my buzzer working. I know this one because everybody's been a little gaga on this. Not Lady Gaga, but they've been pretty excited about it. And there was buzz earlier in the week that BMW and Tesla were going to go into some joint operations, but BMW has come out and said, no, that is not true.
That's correct. Which popular SUV was copied by the Chinese? Oli again.
I've been keeping an eye on the Chinese market. Well, it's ever since Volvo's been there. But there is a company that has a Landwind X7, which is, you know, it's funny. Land Rover's just going crazy over this because they just don't understand. I mean, they're trying to figure out how to approach this. But they unveiled this recently, the Landwind X7. If you look at it, it looks almost identical. The fact that they call it the Landwind,
right.
Yeah, to the Evoque. The fact that they call it a Landwind compared to a Land Rover, it's just,
right.
I don't know if you're just asking for trouble. I mean, change the grill or something. You know, it looks
Side by side, it's hard to tell those vehicles apart.
No, when you look at the picture, I couldn't at first until you have to really look at it and to see that it's Landwind instead of Land Rover. But
some of the proportions are slightly different too. Who is recalling 100,000 vehicles due to pressure sensor, Brad?
This one's pretty funny because I think we've lost the art of being able to check out our own car. And it's just a tire pressure sensor, the warning that's federally mandated, but Mazda has recalled 100,000 of those for their Mazda 6, which was their car of the year.
Are we all a bit bored of recalls?
Nobody wanted to research any of this.
Nobody
said,
more recall questions in the show. Thanks, Nick.
But I think Jaguar and Mini has some tire sensor things, but they're fairly minor.
And a lot of these, it's now difficult to tell between a recall that you should care about and a recall that's,
And this sort of goes to the point that the manufacturers are really getting on it quickly. They're not going to wait around for something to happen.
Ex-manufacturer is recalling 150,000 vehicles for a wonky cup holder.
Well, it used to be a lot of recalls. You'd see them for like new labels for the jack because somebody couldn't figure out, the car fell over on them. And they said, I was going by the instructions. So then they have to do a new sticker. I mean, who knows what it is? It's so much stuff.
It gets complicated. Who has the best Black Friday deals and that are still going?
I think I'm going to take that one just because I like this story. And it's Buick, GMC, Ford, Kia all have some great deals going on. But what you can do, we've got a video on TestMiles.com that explains all of these. So if you need a car, Black Friday deal still going on. Go to TestMiles.com.
Good plug for the website there, Brad. And also, Buick introduced 20% discounts on their vehicles for this Black Friday, which is pretty unbelievable. Which manufacturer have a tire and airbag recall this week? Oh, that must be Genya with his, what was that, a chainsaw?
Motorcycle.
Lawnmower. Lawnmower. You got to start somewhere.
More recalls. Yay.
Yay. Who has a manufacturer recall for tire and airbags?
That would be Toyota. They've got a 2003 vehicle that has more recalls. This vehicle had an airbag rupture when it launched when the vehicle was being scrapped earlier this month. So they're recalling all the cars. That was it.
All right. Is that you banging the desk?
Yes.
You're thumping a script. Angry script man.
You know what's a better news story is if there's any Toyotas that don't have recalls.
Yeah.
Oh, there's plenty.
Maybe it's easier.
Poor Toyota.
Ah.
Okay, final question this morning. Ford named the miles per gallon of their new F-150. What is it? Genya again. Oh.
26 mpg.
Yeah. 26 mpg. We've been waiting for that. They said it was between 5 and 29% more fuel economy in the new Ford F-150. And
they said it was 13% better this time.
Yeah, it is right in the middle of what they predicted. 13% better, 26 miles a gallon on some models. And of course, where did we see the new Ford F-150 first? At last year's Portland International Auto Show.
Yay.
That's where we saw it. All right, still to come on the show. Lots of really good stuff. We have a packed show for you today, which includes, we'll be talking to Jeff Fishback, who is the director of the Portland International Auto Show. We'll be talking to Amir from Uconnect to tell us about their new infotainment system. And also Peter Clever will be here with some very secret Black Friday, Cyber Monday, really cool deals. It's Test Miles. You're listening to FM News 101. I'm Nick Miles.
It's Test Miles on FM News 101. Test Miles, like NASCAR, but with one right turn. TestMiles.com.
Welcome back to Test Miles. Has your driveway been good this year? The Portland Auto Show is offering tickets to the show February 5th through the 8th, 2015 as a stocking stuffer for just $10. Just go to portlandautoshow.com for yours. Here's a fun fact you can impress your friends with. The first roads were intended for bicycles, not cars. That's why in England they're very narrow. You remember that, Brad?
I do, and I think Portland has come full circle, haven't they?
What, now the first roads have gone back to bicycles?
Every road now is for bicycles.
Oh, we don't want to get in between the bicycle lovers and the car lovers. This won't end well.
For the bicyclists.
Here at Test Miles, we drive between 100 and 150 new cars every year so we can tell you, the listener, about them. Occasionally, we come across something that we consider to be an outstanding piece of automotive engineering or design, and that's what we have found with the new Ram Truck Uconnect system. It looks great, it's easy and simple to use, and we have never had any problems with it, and how it functions is very intuitive. The system is really, I would say, easy to use as far as we are concerned in our 2015 Ram EcoDiesel that we've been driving as a long-term test drive. Joining us on the phone is Amir. Here's a Uconnect expert. Amir, what brands of vehicles is the Uconnect system available in?
Uconnect is an FCA brand solution for in-vehicle technology that's actually found in most of our brands now. So across the board from Ram, Jeep, Fiat, Dodge, And then we also just started launching the solution into Alfa Romeo vehicles overseas and into the Fiat Professional Series overseas as well.
You know, that makes me really proud. One of the things is when I go to Italy or I go to Europe and you get into a car and you see a piece of technology that originated out of the United States in cars there, that obviously, and it makes it much easier to navigate itself around. So let's start with the basics. It interfaces with your phone, correct?
Absolutely. So we offer a multitude of different actual radio solutions, but at the essence of what Uconnect stands for is we always want to develop systems that obviously have Bluetooth connectivity so that when you're behind the wheel of your vehicle, you are able to interface with the world around you as you are accustomed to doing, but doing it in a safer manner so that you don't have to pull your phone out of your pocket to do so.
All right.
That's at the core of it.
And once you got your phone paired, you can do all the usual things like navigation, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Navigation is something that you don't necessarily need your phone for, but if you've got your phone paired, obviously you can do phone book dialing, state a number, state a contact from your phone book. You can play music using Bluetooth streaming audio. You can scour your devices for music using voice search. And you can do some pretty interesting things like text messaging without having to remove the phone from your pocket as well on certain devices.
Now, my favorite portion of this, and it's something that's coming to all of vehicles in the future, is the fact that the Uconnect system was one of the first to offer a Wi-Fi hotspot.
Yes. So back in 2013 on the Ram 1500, actually, that was our first vehicle to launch our Uconnect, what we call the 8.4 AN radio, and embedded into that radio is an actual air card. So we offer a group of solutions that we call Uconnect Access that actually uses that embedded cellular technology. And the Ram 1500 was our first vehicle to offer that, so it has a built-in Wi-Fi hotspot, and it also allows you to connect to your vehicle from outside. So using your smartphone, if it's iOS or Android compatible, you can actually do things like remote start your car, lock and unlock your car, all using your smart device.
Now, let's talk about the apps in this system, because this is one of, again, another thing that Fiat Chrysler did early on, is put apps on the navigation system, on the Uconnect system. What sort of apps can you get? What can you do with it? What can you install?
So on the Uconnect Access Suite, we do have a bunch of apps. So we have musical apps, obviously, to start off, or audio apps. We've got AHA, we have iHeartRadio, we have Pandora, and we have Slacker Radio as well. Aside from the music and the audio side of it, we have things like Yelp Local Search, and again, we've got Wi-Fi, which we consider to be an app just of how it's used. And then we also allow you to do things on the SRT vehicles and the new Dodge vehicles with the performance pages, where you can actually share your performance data online straight from the vehicle.
Now, isn't that's bragging rights, right?
Well, I mean, we have the product that we're able to do it with, so why not, right?
Hey, look, I did 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds. I'm sharing it on Facebook.
Can you post how fast you were going with your ticket?
Is that true, Amir? Can the app actually sort of show how fast, what speeds you were doing? So you get a ticket, you could post the picture of getting the ticket and the app results.
You know, Nick, I think you were at the press events for the new SRT product. So what we actually share is the timesheet portion of that. So in the SRT performance pages and Dodge performance page app, there's a screen called timesheets, and within that you can see 0 to 60 time, quarter mile time, 1/8 of a mile time, reaction time. So within that, those are the numbers that you're sharing. You're not sharing like top speed or anything like that.
I think that's something you should consider, Amir, doing in the future. And then maybe having an exterior camera that can take pictures of the police officer as well.
Yeah, well, we try to keep our customers out of trouble, so its intent is to be on the track.
I've done a tour around the country with the SRT-8 or the Hellcat. I went to different radio stations and TV stations around the country showing it off. And one of the things I've been quite open about is I could never own this car. However much I want to, it's way too much car for me. And even when Paul Robbins, I took it to him in Sacramento on the Fox station, he was just like 700 horsepower. I mean, it's like that's like saying, hey, go out and cause some real problems in your life.
But you know what, Nick? Again, I mean, what you can do, and you can control this all through the Uconnect screen, is actually you can detune it if you like down to 500 horsepower straight from the screen on the car.
Well, I think it was a straight.
You're right. 707 horsepower might be a little bit much for winter driving here in the Midwest or in Portland.
Right.
you might want to turn it down a little bit. But when the mood strikes you, you can have all the fun in the world you want.
Right, Amir. I think it was a stroke of genius being able to detune the car and the different keys. Definitely by
Absolutely.
the team over at Dodge. All right, let's talk about updates in the Uconnect system. One of the big challenges has been as stuff evolves, as technology evolves, as things change, even so fast that when you get your car out of the showroom, there's already updates available. How's that going to work with Uconnect? Is it take it to the dealer, leave it there for a couple of days? How does the whole system work?
Yeah, we do face, and I think the industry as a whole faces this obstacle with updates. And there's a couple different ways to look at it. There's updates to the firmware in the radio itself, but then there's also different updates that you have to worry about for updating your applications. So what we've done is using the embedded cellular connection that we talked about earlier, we're able to update the apps over the air. So your AHA, your Slacker and Pandora, your Yelp. While you're driving the car, and each time you turn the car on, what we do is we basically ping our servers with that particular vehicle to say, hey, I am a 2015 Ram Eco Diesel. This is the latest software I have. Is this the latest that's out there? And then what our back-end servers do is make sure that you have the latest apps available. If not, we'll start pushing those over the air back down to the car. But in terms of radio firmware, that's a bigger challenge for us because the file size is just enormous at this time. So what we've done is we've actually built out a portion of our driveuconnect.com website where customers can actually go and you can download the latest software for your vehicle. So you would enter the VIN number of your vehicle and you would download the application onto your desktop, which would then basically you'd load the latest software or firmware software onto a USB and plug it straight into your vehicle. So it's something that you don't necessarily have to go to a dealership for in case you live in a part of the country that a dealer is far away. You can do it all from the comfort of your own home.
I love that. I love those for us almost tech-savvy people. We can almost update our car ourselves. All right, a couple more quick questions. The graphics package in the Uconnect, I will say, is absolutely hands down the best in any system I've ever driven. It's a little cartoony, but I think for someone of my mental capacity, that's great. You guys came up with a different screen size. It's square. You also came up, and most screens are sort of oblong, or the HD sort of 16:9 shape. And then you also came up with very simple, big graphical buttons. What was the idea behind that?
First of all, we've got to tip our caps to our human machine interface team, or HMI team, and the interior design team at Chrysler Group and FCA. The screens, as you mentioned, our largest screen is an 8.4-inch screen, and when you look at it, it appears square, which does seem odd kind of this day and age because everything is a 16:9 aspect ratio. But the reason why they chose that size is if you cut the menu bar that we have at the bottom of the screen, which is always there, then the actual physical dimension of the screen goes back to 16:9. So we do basically have a 16:9 aspect ratio that below it has a cluster of soft keys on the touchscreen that will always remain there, so it's easy to navigate the screen.
Brilliant.
And then building on top of that, then each vehicle you get into, each brand, and even each trim level within the brand, and going as far as the interior color of your vehicle, that helps decide what the radio screen color and theme is that appears. So if you get into, let's say, a Jeep Grand Cherokee Summit with a brown interior, your screen is going to show up brown. But then if you get into one with a black interior, for instance, the screen then goes to a black color. And the reason why we work with an interior design team on that is because we know we've got all this technology, and we're not just trying to brag about the technology. What we've tried to do is build cars that actually give you an experience. So rather than just having all these technologies kind of stick out like a sore thumb, they're designed to be this holistic interior design approach that blends into the car. So as a user, you're just using features. You don't necessarily realize you're using them, and we're not trying to shift your focus away from the drive. We just want you to use these features using voice or tactile controls that you're familiar with so that while you're driving, you're not distracted by any of the technologies we offer. Because
awesome. Emil, we're running out of time. We're crashing into the news here, but it's great to have you on, my friend. Thank you so much. You can go to Uconnect on the web, check it out. You're listening to Test Miles on FM News 101. Thanks, Amir.
Throw it in neutral and coast in with TestMiles.com.
Sunday morning, and it's time for Test Miles. Portland's Automotive Radio Show, TestMiles.com. Try following us on Facebook. Here's a fun fact you can impress your friends with. It is legal in South Africa to equip your car with a flamethrower to prevent burglars stealing important items from your car.
Mad Max. I love it.
Thank you. I would probably like one of those, except I'd get myself into a lot of trouble. The Portland International Auto Show is an annual auto show at Portland's Oregon Convention Center in town here. Started in 1910, the 4-day event is held at the end of January, beginning of February, and draws well over 100,000 visitors. The Portland International Auto Show features more than 1,200 cars from a total of 42 different brands across the country. And exhibits include the Eco Center, featuring environmentally vehicles, and also they have reached well beyond cars to make this a full family event. Now, I've told you what I know, but the truth is there's a man here who knows way more than me, can give me the in-depth, real story about the Portland Auto Show. Jeff Fishback is the director of the Portland Auto Show, and Jeff joins us in the studio. How are you, sir?
I'm doing very well. How about you, Nick?
How's that show coming together?
You know, it's fast and furious right now. It's we're in the thresholds of 62 days away. Not that I'm counting.
You are counting, though, clearly.
Yes, I'm going to say some sleepless nights are definitely happening in my house. Let's
talk about the elephant in the room, because last year, the Portland Auto Show, we were there live, broadcasting this very show. We had a little challenge with the weather, and I know that you get tired of hearing this, because it was actually one of the best auto shows ever. What's the weather forecast? What's the Farmer's Almanac say for February 5th through the 8th this year?
Well, I'm going to say that we're not looking at the Farmer's Almanac this year, but we have put our order in. 48 degrees, overcast, and a little bit of mist. Not that I want to be specific, but I do.
It couldn't have been worse than last year.
What?
So the weather's got to be better than last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have nothing but blue sky in front of us.
What I did like from our remote was the first guy down the stairs was in shorts.
And Birkenstock.
A perfect
Without
Portland
socks.
guy.
Without socks. Yeah, that was perfect. All right. One of the things a lot of people don't know, apart from all that, did I get those numbers right, by the way? Like over 1,200 cars, over 100,000 people?
Yes, you're right on the money.
Okay. One of the things I love about the Portland Auto Show is there is so much there that you don't actually realize. And again, we should tell everybody it comes up through February 5th through the 8th of the days that you can attend. And I expect you to be there because I will be there on those days. I'll be broadcasting live for radio and television. And I want to be showing you around the show, basically. We'll also be doing a half-an-hour special preview of the show. So there's a lot of really cool stuff we'll be talking about over the next 2 months. But let's talk about a couple of things that people don't often think about. One is ride and drives. People get to ride and drive, in these vehicles that show up at the show.
They do. And, a lot of times, a lot of people relate this back to the test drive. But for the auto show circuit and the business, we call it a ride and drive because you have the opportunity to do both. If you don't want to drive that day, you can actually go for a ride. If you want to drive and ride, you can do both. It's there with product specialists, and we have 8 manufacturers this year doing ride and drives with us.
So you can get into some of the cars you might be interested in buying. I love that portion. But the most important thing, and probably the biggest thing that's going to happen at this year's Portland Auto Show, is the TestMiles Project Discovery. It's going to sweep the show. This is where we've taken a 2002 Land Rover Discovery and we're turning it into dog luxury transportation. So you have an area picked out for us. Is it by the bathrooms in the back of the hall?
It's something like that. Yeah, we have a special location. I'll list it as that, Nick, just a special location for
Salem.
I think by the ladies' room in the back left-hand corner.
Where are we going to put the car? Have you decided, or are you still working it out?
We're still working on that because we do actually want to have a spot where we could potentially launch the balls coming out of the back of it. But I don't want to spill the beans of what.
No, I mean, we've been open about this. We have a air cannon that is being built into the vehicle right now that will propel tennis balls across the convention center. Oh, actually, that'd be great. We can run, Jenya, run. Take him out with the...
No, have Luna do it.
Oh, yeah, I should. Unfortunately, the sad part is they don't allow dogs in the Oregon Convention Center unless they're service animals, right?
That is correct.
So maybe we get Portland Police. If Portland Police are listening and your dog can retrieve some balls from our cannon on the back of Project Discovery, please let us know.
And let me guess, the tennis balls are going to say Nick Miles on the side of it? Is that...
No, they will say TestMiles. Probably not. It's the show promotion, not so much me. So the Project Discovery will be there, and you'll be able to see what a piece of luxury transportation for dogs looks like. But you guys have come out pretty early this year with something really cool as a stocking stuffer for the holiday season.
We have. This is the earliest launch we've been able to do this. And this year, we're allowing those people looking for something special, looking for that kind of, not necessarily the last minute, because obviously we're well in advance of Christmas, but an opportunity to buy auto show tickets for $10 a piece. It's a perfect stocking stuffer, great opportunity. It's $2 a discount off the normal ticket price. And they're on sale right now at PortlandAutoShow.com.
So if you want those in the stocking stuffer form, and I think it's a brilliant prize gift for somebody who is into cars and something you can put in their stocking, or a great holiday season. I'm a family 4-pack, $40. There you go. Your next door neighbor will be happy with you for the rest of the year if they're a car nut. So please come and see us and all the great cars, Project Discovery at the Portland Auto Show. It's going to be a fantastic show. Now let's talk about a couple of things. You actually do exist outside of the 3 months that we see and hear you in the media. For the rest of the year, you're working on the show, aren't you?
Absolutely. It's 100% of my job. And we have the opportunity that's actually really unique for us is to be able to fly around the country and be able to see the manufacturers face to face. And out of 76 auto shows, we're one of 4 shows that actually does that. And
you also get a very, very huge number of exclusive vehicles here. Now, a local show of this size in any other city doesn't get things like the new Ford F-150, the new Mustang, the new F-250, which you pulled in last year. These were all exclusive vehicles that came right off the back of the launch, and you slipped them into the show, and you have a reputation for bringing stuff to Portland that hasn't been seen in other places.
You know, we do. Again, it comes back to a fortunate opportunity to meet with the manufacturers, be able to talk to them about what's happening in Portland, and that's why we brought the show in-house 4 years ago, is to have this opportunity to really evolve it to what I know the attendees of the auto show want to see. And they want to see what's fresh, new, and exciting, and they want to see concept cars, first-time promotions, prototypes, all those lines.
You give a car away every year, don't you?
We do, and you want a little sneak peek?
Okay, go.
Sneak peek. We're doing a 2015 Toyota Camry XSE.
Perfect.
Fully loaded, leather. There's going to be some other things right into that car, but we'll talk about that later.
All right, that's coming up. Now, you were at the LA show. What did you learn?
I learned so much of those things I want to have that are there at that show. I want to have at this show. But I'm going to say I definitely saw, and it committed to us, technology is the way of the future.
Yeah.
People love the connectivity of these vehicles now.
Absolutely.
Are they going to have the GT350 Mustang at the auto show this year?
Ooh, I'm not at liberty to say about that yet.
Virginia is poised. In fact, his dad took him to the auto show last year and lost him.
Oh.
And he disappeared for several hours. Although his dad did want him back, which was... You know.
And we found him.
Yes, he arrived back with us. He wasn't our intern at the time. He was before his internship on the show. All right, Jeff Fishback, thank you so much. Good luck with the Portland Auto Show, portlandautoshow.com. If you want to get your tickets, your stocking stuffers, $10. They will be perfect, and you can give those stocking stuffers to your neighbors, your friends, and your families, and come to the show. We expect to see you. Jeff and Greg will be on the show coming up to the Portland Auto Show. Multiple times you'll be here to tell us all the cool stuff, right?
Absolutely. Be happy to.
I just shanghaied him. He had no idea I was going to ask him that question.
I was going to say, you left that part out when we were talking about the show today.
Arm twisting, just a little bit of arm twisting from TestMiles. Coming up, we're going to talk to Peter Clover, Mobile West. They have some Black Friday deals you want to stay tuned for. You thought Black Friday was over? Oh, no, it's not. And wait till you hear what you can get from Mobile West. That's all coming up on TestMiles. I'm Nick Miles.
Favorite us, tweet us, friend us, love us, all at testmiles.com. It's Test Miles on FM News 101.
I'm sorry about that creak. That was my accelerator foot. Sunday morning, this is Test Miles, the automotive radio show, testmiles.com. Try following us on Twitter at TestMiles. There's a fun fact to impress your friends with. 80% of the cars in Albania are Mercedes-Benz. Imagine that. There's 3 cars in Albania, but 80%.
And 50% of them have been stolen from Germany or Spain.
That's another fact that you found out? No, he's joking. He's just kidding. Genya does our facts to impress your friends with.
But most were stolen from Germany.
That's incredible. If you like old school service and new school tech, you'll love what you'll find at Mobile West. Normally, Peter is here once a month to show off some of the cool stuff that they have at Mobile West, but he is in with 40 years of history. They will tell us, or Peter will tell us today, about some incredible Black Friday, Cyber Monday, holiday weekend deals. You have decided to give Portland a gift early, haven't you?
Absolutely. In fact, we've given the city a gift that we've never done before.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Well, yeah, absolutely. You update your car and you make it the way you want it to be.
Perfect.
that's always been our philosophy. Update the technology in the car that you have. Make it the way you want it.
All right, so you're at 211 Northeast MLK. Is that that's the
yet.
new one. That's the coming
That's
one.
the new building.
The new home for Mobile West.
Absolutely.
But currently you're at 142, is it?
No, 140 Northeast
140.
Broadway.
I was almost quite right. I don't even have that written down.
That's pretty good. Kitty corner from Broadway Toyota and Broadway Kia.
All right, so what do you got going for deals this year?
It's pretty incredible. Now, we are taking a completely different take on your Black Friday specials than any other retailer that you know of.
Okay.
We are putting things on remarkable deals that are products that you want. We're not bought in a bunch of entry-level, low-end junk.
So no $8 stereo system.
There are no $8 stereo system. There are no $1 tweeters. Right now, we've got 25% off of all Kenwood navigation head units.
Oh, good. That's a good holiday.
That's an amazing holiday. Your wife will love you. She'll be able to use the touchscreen.
Or your husband will love you.
Or your husband will love you.
I know plenty of husbands that are geographically challenged.
Well said. Well said. Put a backup camera on it and park safe. All of those are going to have full integration with your smartphone, have Bluetooth phone calling, work with your iPhone, Android phone, be the latest, greatest technology that's available, yet be on a deal that is unbelievable.
Now, you have some stuff that's never been on sale before from Hertz, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And part of this is Christmas to Portland. We're in the process of getting ready for a new building and moving. And this is a prime opportunity to give people a gift back to the city of amazing audio and deals on products that we've never, ever, 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 ever have to put on sale.
Now, as far as a businessman, whatever you sell between now and when you move, you don't have to move, right? Clever.
Yes, that's exactly what we're talking about.
Cheeky there. I see what you're doing. You're trying to save your back, aren't you?
Well, absolutely. But, Mobile West, it turns 40 on January 1.
Wow.
Right, 40 years doing car audio in the city of Portland.
You guys look pretty good for 40, I just have to say that. All right, so there's the Hertz audio video systems as well, the high energy components, the subwoofers. What else you got?
Okay, every day in December, we're going to not have the 12 days of Christmas. We're going to have the 24 days of Christmas.
Like it. On
Facebook, the night before, we'll have a one-day deal that we've never done, and it's going to be unfathomable. Monday morning's deal. Buy front speakers, rear speakers are free. And that encompasses everything.
Wow.
That can be a $40 pair of basic Kenwoods. That can be a $6,000 pair of handmade Morel best speakers ever reviewed ever in the world.
So for one day only, you can basically get 50% off all of your speakers if you buy 4.
Absolutely. And nothing's blocked out. That includes everything in the store.
So every pair of speakers.
Every pair of speakers. So
including the most expensive speakers you have.
Including the most expensive speakers that we have. Come on by and take a listen. We'll pick out what your ears like, and you'll have a deal that you'll never be able to say no to.
And that's the big thing for me too. Once I went to Mobile West, I went in, I listened. The absolute definition between understanding and being ignorant is spending 5 minutes with you in the store, having you press some buttons and having my ears sing, which have never happened before.
In his little smart car demo vehicle, which is stunning. You just sit there and you're in a concert hall.
It is. And the quality of sound is just so much better than anywhere else.
Well, yes, because we've taken, there is science to do with sound, and that's sound science. We take that into account every day with every single customer, whether you want to or not. We make it sound amazing.
Excellent. Now, to get these deals, you have to be a friend on Facebook.
Yep.
All right. So what's the Facebook name we should look for?
Mobile West.
All right. It's just that simple.
It's just that simple.
You type in Mobile West into your Facebook search bar, and these guys will come up. And then every single day between now and December 24th. And if you're looking for stuff on December 25th, you're way too late, my friends. You have 24 days notice to get out there and do that. So tell me what you are going to buy for your significant other this Christmas.
Oh, shoot.
I'm sure it's not going to be audio, sister. She'd probably punch you when she undone
Yes, she
that.
would, but she already has in her cars the best of the best.
All right, excellent. So anything for those speakers, what are some of the sort of other things that we can look forward to between now and December 24th as being the specials?
Okay. Black Friday special will go through the week. Leather upgrades. 4-seat, custom leather, heated conversion in the car that you have. Regularly $2,000, $1,250, installed, done, and complete. In whatever color you want, whatever style you want, perforated, suede, anything.
Wow. All right.
That's
so
this week.
You already got me tempted. I'm just thinking about all this. I know now 2 or 3 things off my Christmas list. Peter from Mobile West, thank you so much for being here. Go to the Mobile West Facebook page, MWPDX, after the Facebook.com, and you can find all those out. You've been listening to Test Miles and FM News 101. Check out our TV segments at TestMiles.com and do the social media thing on Facebook. And if you want more car stuff, well, you can listen to the podcast. Thank you to Jeff Fishback. Thank you to Peter from Mobile West. Thank you to Amir from Uconnect Systems. We'll be back again next week. Until then, have a safe, warm week.
Test Miles, like NASCAR, but with one right turn. TestMiles.com.